The Atlantic hurricane season starts in just less than a month, and now hurricane researchers are submitting their seasonal outlooks, but one may come from an unlikely source. Over the last 30 years, researchers at Colorado State University have been releasing their seasonal outlooks just prior to the start of the Atlantic hurricane season in early June. This year, they're calling for a near-average season with 12 named storms, 5 hurricanes, and 2 major hurricanes, and you can see their numbers are pretty much on par for what we have seen each year on average since 1950. Now, here are some conditions that have highlighted their research this year. Now, last year, the main focus was that intensifying El Nino that led to a slower tropical year, at least across the Atlantic basin. But now that El Nino is starting to weaken and transition, and will likely transition to a neutral phase or even La Nina, which means we are going to be seeing less shear across the Atlantic basin, which will be more favorable for that tropical development. But also, the waters across the far North Atlantic are pretty cold, at least right now, and that usually creates conditions that are less favorable for tropical development and intensification. But what is interesting about 2016 so far is we've actually already seen our first hurricane. That was Alex back in mid-January. This was also the first hurricane to be seen in January since Alice in 1955, and also the first Atlantic hurricane to form in the month of January since 1938. So now you know. For 5 News, I'm meteorologist Jill Swed. Be sure to stay tuned. 5 News at 5:30 is coming up next.